trial, what we can expect next, and why impartiality could be a big issue. Plus, a major problem on I-10 overnight in Orange, what was spilled across the roadway after a crash, and how the drivers involved are doing this morning. And Southeast Texans are reacting after Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's capture. Some feel it was long overdue, and others say it didn't happen the right way. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak here on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. Mark is off this morning. It is now 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Taking a live look at the skies of Orange. Almost looks kind of scary or creepy out there. So much fog, and also fog in Beaumont this morning. Jeff, how long can we expect to see that fog today?
Looks like it'll start to lift off around 9-10 o'clock this morning. We do have a dense fog advisory for southern Orange and Jefferson counties till 9 o'clock, but it'll lift up and we'll see some cloudy skies through most of the morning and then eventually break open into some partly cloudy skies for this afternoon. But you can see visibility in Beaumont now at 0, about 0.3 of a mile in Port Arthur, about 1.5 miles in Orange, also 1.5 miles in the Jasper area. Warmer this morning. You won't need that coat like you did yesterday. Yesterday we were about 20 degrees cooler than we are this morning. 62 right now in Beaumont and Orange, 63 in Port Arthur. Then we get into some middle 60s north of I-10, 65 through Woodville, Silsbee, and also Kirbyville, and then 64 in Jasper. Temperatures jump into the middle 70s by noon with partly cloudy skies, and we'll see highs in the upper 70s for later on this afternoon. Southwesterly winds between about 5 and 10 miles per hour for this afternoon. Looks like more fog tonight, another warm day tomorrow. We'll see that play out again probably on Thursday. Friday, we do have a front coming through. With that, we'll see some rain and much cooler temperatures for the weekend. We'll look at that in our 7-day.
After more than 11 hours of questioning, a jury has been seated in the Adrian Gonzalez trial. The former Uvalde CISD police officer is the first person to stand trial over the response to the Robb Elementary mass shooting in 2022. Prosecutors and defense attorneys settled on 11 women and 5 men to make up the 12 jurors and 4 alternates. The judge did not specify who would be the alternates. The trial was moved from Uvalde to Corpus Christi, just a few hours away. Rebecca Lopez has more on what happened in the courtroom yesterday.
In just one day, a jury was seated here in Corpus Christi in a case involving that Robb Elementary School shooting. They picked 12 jurors and 4 alternates in a case that is already making Texas history. In a single intense day of jury selection, attorneys questioned roughly 450 potential jurors before seating a jury in the criminal case against former Uvalde ISD police officer Adrian Gonzalez. The charge, child endangerment, tied to the Robb Elementary shooting that killed 19 children and 2 teachers. Earlier in the day, the judge addressed the panel, acknowledging the case's national attention and laying out what the court was looking for. He said, "This is a high-profile case, and I doubt there is not a person here who has not heard about it. We are not looking for people who have not heard about it, just people who can hear the evidence fairly and impartially." Special Prosecutor Bill Turner then explained the law jurors will be asked to apply, saying Texas gives children under 12 special protection and that the school police officers have a duty to act when they know a child is in danger. He said, "We will rely on you to ask yourself, can I be fair to both sides? Or is there something in my background that prevents me from being fair?" As questioning continued, emotions surfaced, especially among educators who said the case hit too close to home. "I am a teacher, and I believe that would affect my ability to listen to the facts. Every time I hear of a school shooting, I want to be that teacher that throws themselves in front of them to protect them." Others said their own professional experiences made it impossible to remain impartial. "I am a healthcare worker. We were scared during COVID. We were scared to die, but we had a duty to be there to save lives, and we did it. My mind is made up." Those statements led to dozens of dismissals before attorneys finalized a jury. Opening statements are expected tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Now, the defense attorneys are going to say that Gonzalez is not responsible for what happened at Robb Elementary School, that he was not in charge, that it was a chaotic scene, and that he should not be criminally held responsible for what happened out there. In Corpus Christi, I'm Rebecca Lopez. Back to you.
And we will have gavel-to-gavel coverage throughout the trial on 12 News Plus. You'll be able to watch the trial at any time on our stream. Download that app on your TV and watch for free. Back here at home, I-10 West in Orange was shut down overnight near mile marker 878 after a crash caused a spill. TxDOT crews had to work through this morning to clean up the scene. According to DPS, a Camry and a Dodge Ram flatbed hauling two 250-gallon tanks crashed. One of the tanks spilled a caustic alkali liquid across the westbound lanes, forcing a full closure. The driver of the truck, a 61-year-old man from Wharton, wasn't hurt. The other driver, a 53-year-old man from Silsbee, was taken to the hospital but should be okay. Officials say the spill also reached nearby water and the TCEQ is investigating. Developing this morning, a day after Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro made his first appearance in a federal courtroom, some lawmakers on Capitol Hill are questioning the legality of the military mission that led to their capture. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest.
Fresh tensions in Venezuela as overnight gunfire rang out in Caracas. Two White House officials tell NBC News the administration is closely tracking the situation and the U.S. was not involved. While in the U.S., Venezuela's deposed authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores pleading not guilty to federal drug and weapons charges. Maduro saying in a New York courtroom that he's still the constitutional president of Venezuela, calling himself a prisoner of war. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi defending the Trump administration's move to capture and remove Maduro, accusing him of bringing tons of drugs into the U.S.
This was well within the president's Article 2 powers. It was a law enforcement function to arrest indicted individuals in Venezuela.
President Trump has repeatedly said the U.S. is now in charge in Venezuela, even as interim president and Maduro loyalist Delcy Rodriguez was formally sworn in. While in an exclusive interview with NBC's Kristen Welker, President Trump asserted the U.S. is at war with people that sell drugs, not with Venezuela, as Democrats slam the administration for acting without congressional approval.
It was military action, not a law enforcement action.
Republican leadership defending the use of force after a classified briefing for the Gang of Eight top congressional leaders.
The administration is acting consistent with the law, and that's what we discussed in the room tonight.
President Trump telling NBC News the U.S. may reimburse oil companies that help rebuild Venezuelan infrastructure, aiming for expanded oil operations within 18 months.
That was Alice Barr reporting. Meanwhile, reactions to Maduro's capture have been pouring in throughout the weekend across Southeast Texas. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio with more on this. Derek.
Tia, the response from people here in the Golden Triangle is a mixed bag. Some feel Maduro's capture is long overdue, while others feel Trump's administration's focus is skewed. Louis Guevara, a manager at Extreme Detail Garage, says after fleeing, he came to the U.S., got a visa, and settled in Beaumont. He says he didn't have the freedom in Venezuela like he does here, and is thankful to live out his American dream.
And to be honest with you, I didn't know how to react because we were hopeless. And now we see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what makes the difference into the news now. Now that everything is going through and we really see that this guy is behind bars, it's super hard to believe, but it's super excited.
Former GOP party leader Joe Evans says Maduro had a negative impact on many, and he's thankful to the president.
He was responsible for transporting tons of cocaine and other drugs across the seas into our country. You know, I think that about time that someone stepped up and was bold in their actions to take down these type of people.
Former Democratic Congressman Nick Lampson says he believes we should be focusing on issues here at home first. He also says the president should have notified Congress.
The House of Representatives is known as the people's house. The president has an obligation, in my opinion, to go to the people's house to keep them informed every step of the way.
In the meantime, Venezuela's interim president, who initially called Maduro's capture illegal kidnapping, is now offering to collaborate with the Trump administration. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. The FDA has missed another deadline to ban formaldehyde from hair straightening products often used by Black women. Formaldehyde increases the risk of uterine fibroids, infertility, and hormone-related cancers. One Texas woman says she believes her uterine cancer diagnosis was a result of using chemical hair relaxers for years.
And marketed us to the point that we feel like we need to have long, straight, flowy hair. And then they've used it to their advantage to, one, take all of our money, and two, put ourselves at risk.
The FDA was supposed to have a decision by December 31st, but now says the rule is still in the works. In our series, Damage Control dives into the growing number of lawsuits against major chemical hair relaxer companies. It's streaming now on 12 News Plus. Hear from plaintiffs, stylists, and medical experts about the risks, the lack of regulation, and the alternatives women are turning to. Switching gears, when it comes to scams, consumer experts say the real risk is trusting the wrong signals. From calls labeled scam that actually aren't to workplace requests that sound legitimate. One expert says verification matters more than ever. Jordy Clark explains.
If you've ever ignored a call because it popped up as scam likely, you're not alone. However, consumer advocates say those warnings aren't always accurate and legitimate businesses can get caught in the crossfire.
They will mark legitimate businesses as scam callers too, potential scam callers. We have an issue with that. Unfortunately, it just happens, with the carriers right now. They're scrambling to try to do the right thing on behalf of the consumer.
Experts say it means people will still need to slow down and verify before reacting, especially when money is involved. That same caution applies in the workplace.
We've seen, people, a CFO get a phone call from the CEO saying, I'm acquiring a property, transfer $50,000 into this account right now. Okay, I sure will. And they do. And it wasn't the CEO.
Experts say scammers rely on urgency and familiarity, whether it's a trusted title at work or a call that looks official on your phone. The advice is simple. Don't react, investigate first.
Experts say if you're unsure about a call, text, or email, you can always verify it through the Better Business Bureau. Still ahead, new vaccination guidelines for children, which shots are affected and what control parents will have over their kids' vaccines. Plus, the Consumer Electronics Show kicks off in Las Vegas, the new tech you can expect in 2026.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards, every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays, noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
It's foggy again this morning, expecting more fog to develop tomorrow morning. We're just in a pattern right now where we have a lot of moisture in the air. The winds aren't up at all, and we're under a big ridge of high pressure. We're going to see this play out probably through Thursday, and then with a front coming through, this fog should clear out of here as we head towards, looks like Friday into your weekend. As we look at our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network from our 12 News studio, typically we could see I-10 from this shot, but not this morning. The fog's just too thick out there. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, and you can see visibility showing 0 in Beaumont. We've been seeing some pretty thick fog around the area. About 1.5 miles visibility in Orange and about 0.3 of a mile visibility in Port Arthur. There is a dense fog advisory right now for southern half of Orange County and also southern half of Jefferson County. So just give yourself some extra time if you're out and about for this morning, getting to work or getting back to school. Just be careful. Temperatures right now in the 60s, so it's a far cry from the 40s we had yesterday at this time. 65 right now in Woodville, 65 in Kirbyville and Silsbee, 64 in Jasper, 62 in Beaumont, Orange at 62, and Port Arthur currently at about 63. You can see not much going on across the state. There is a little bit of a weak front across Oklahoma into North Texas. That's not going to do much for us. We're waiting for another front to come through. That's going to be on Friday, and with that we'll see some rain and then eventually cooler temperatures over the weekend. For today, though, it's going to be pretty warm. We start off in those 60s and then we climb all the way up into the upper 70s thanks to some partly cloudy skies for this afternoon. And then 70s to start your evening. We'll be back into the 60s as we head towards, looks like the overnight hours once again. And then we'll see some fog develop again tomorrow morning. Could be pretty thick in some spots, so we'll be watching for that. Partly cloudy, southwesterly winds at 5 to 10. Temperatures anywhere from about 76 to 78 today. And then mostly cloudy with a little bit of patchy fog as we go through the overnight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures near 60 tomorrow morning. We'll see some upper 50s towards the lakes, it looks like. And then our 7-day forecast shows warm temperatures all the way through Friday, and then that's when the front comes through. With that, about a 50% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then be ready for a cooler weekend. Highs just getting to around 60 for Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. And morning lows are going to be chilly. Saturday and Sunday mornings around the 40s. By Monday morning, we'll be in the 30s. It's going to be cold.
Real cold, but it seems or appears that we're getting all levels, or I can't think of the word, but everything from weather, rain, possibly, cold, heat.
What
are we missing?
Snow, and we're not going to get any snow. So, yeah, and we're not getting severe weather, so that's good, too.
And very good. No weather impact.
No, just some, what looks like some showers as we head towards Friday.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. In your health news this morning, the U.S. is making changes to vaccine guidelines for kids. Most shots like measles, polio, chickenpox, and HPV will stay the same. But recommendations for RSV, meningitis, and hepatitis are being scaled back unless the child is at higher risk. Some experts are worried, saying fewer vaccines could mean more preventable illnesses. The new schedule doesn't say there are specific vaccines children should not get, and parents who want all the previously recommended vaccines for their kids can still do so. It is 7:18. The popular weight loss drug Wegovy is now available in pill form. Novo Nordisk says people in clinic trials lost an average of 17% of their body weight, similar to the weekly shot. The pill is taken once a day and comes with similar side effects, mainly stomach issues. The company says costs should be as low as $25 a month with insurance, or almost $300 without it. Speaking of your diet, it's important to watch what you eat. That's because added sugars can quietly show up in everyday foods without tasting sweet. Lisa Washington has more.
Many foods you think are healthy can hide added sugars you don't expect. Let's connect the dots. Added sugars are sweeteners added during food processing, not the natural sugars found in fruit or milk. Food makers often use buzzwords like organic, low-fat, or all-natural to make products seem good for you, but these can still contain a lot of sugar. Foods that seem innocent, like granola, flavored yogurt, plant-based milk, sauces, breads, and snacks, can pack in sweeteners to improve taste. Even savory items like ketchup and pasta sauce can have surprising amounts of sugar. Sugar goes by many names on labels, including high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose, fruit juice concentrate, and more. Eating too much added sugar can make it harder to meet nutrient needs and is linked to weight gain, heart disease, and diabetes. The best way to avoid hidden sugar is to read the nutrition labels and look for added sugars, and choose plain or unsweetened versions of food when possible. And that's connecting the dots.
A big happy birthday to Wheel of Fortune, which turns 51 today. The popular game show premiered on January 6th, 1975 on NBC. Pat Sajak and Vanna White began hosting it in the early 1980s, becoming some of the most popular hosts in game show history. More than 6,500 episodes of Wheel have aired to date. Now to big news in the tech world and a new vision of the future in Las Vegas. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
The Consumer Electronics Show is kicking off in Las Vegas, and this year it's all about robots. From robots that dance to K-pop songs, to ones that will destroy you at chess.
You mind taking this wet towel from me?
Even ones that will do your laundry, eventually.
He's pretty cool, right?
Boston Dynamics, known for its boundary-pushing robots, now showing off its humanoid Atlas android.
Atlas here has joints that can move 360 degrees. This lets Atlas move even more efficiently than humans, particularly in manufacturing environments where every second counts.
The company says by 2028, a version of the robot will help build cars for Hyundai. But tech giant NVIDIA is more concerned with cars that can think for themselves.
Today we're announcing Alpamayo, the world's first thinking, reasoning, autonomous vehicle AI.
The chipmaker, the largest in the world thanks to the AI boom, now announcing its own autonomous vehicle software, setting up a major rivalry with another major tech company.
I think NVIDIA, this was really a shot across the bow, saying when it comes to autonomous, we're going to be a major player along with Tesla. This is trillions of dollars spent. NVIDIA is not going to watch it from the sideline.
That competition possibly bringing us one step closer to the sci-fi future Hollywood has promised for decades.
How did I get in this taxi? The door opened. You got in.
Let's just hope the future is a little less creepy.
Mercedes will soon begin shipping cars equipped with that technology. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
7:22 right now. Wow, look how foggy it just was in Beaumont. Different view from the Jasper. Jeff will be back with that forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Looking ahead to this year's Houston Rodeo, the full 2026 performer lineup isn't out just yet, but we're getting a clearer picture of who will be performing. It's confirmed Cody Johnson will be the final star entertainer, closing out the rodeo on March 22nd, along with John Party and Randy Houser. Organizers have also released a genre calendar for March featuring country, rock, pop, Latin, and R&B nights. You won't have to wait much longer. The full lineup drops today.
At the bus stop this morning, it's pretty foggy, so make sure you stand back off the street just a little bit. Temperatures in the 60s this morning, and then as we head towards recess late this morning into the afternoon, we'll be in the middle of the upper 70s with some partly cloudy skies. Along the coast, dense fog advisory, that goes until noon at the coast. Light chop on the inland lakes and bays. Right now at Texas Point, we're seeing a light south wind and temperatures in the middle 60s there. High tide at 3:16 this afternoon, or we had 3:16 this morning, then we'll see another one at 6:35 for this evening. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:13. Our sunset at 5:31. We have a lot better chance of seeing our sunset than our sunrise we had this morning.
Coming up on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, after a violent first few days of the year, we're learning more about 3 different shootings, how the community is trying to cut down on youth crime in Beaumont. Plus, after a jury is seated in former Uvalde officer Adrian Gonzalez's trial, hear from an expert about why the case is largely on untested legal ground. And a Texas man is in custody in Harris County after officials say he rammed several cars, led deputies on a chase, and initiated a SWAT scene on the freeway. And the time now 7:26. Looking at the skies there in PA. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. It's 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. First up, a Winnie man was sentenced Monday for a deadly 2023 hit and run that killed Christian Sykes. Tristan Dunham pled guilty to manslaughter and accident involving death. Investigators say he slammed his pickup into the back of Sykes' SUV on Highway 73, then left the scene. He'll serve 3 years in prison, then years probation, and must pay child support for the victim's child. We're continuing to learn more from DPS about a deadly crash yesterday morning. It happened near Highway 124 and Galding Road. TxDOT says a sports car and a Nissan Altima collided head-on on the southbound shoulder. The driver of the Nissan Altima, a 38-year-old man from Beaumont, died at the scene. The driver of the sports car was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Take a good look at your screen. The Orange Police Department is asking for your help finding a missing man. 41-year-old Damon Martin was last seen on Christmas Eve around 11:15 p.m. in Orange. Police say he was wearing a white long-sleeve shirt, long pants, and a ball cap. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is urged to contact Orange Police. Let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Still experiencing that fog from the view here in Beaumont. Jeff, where else are people waking up to fog?
A lot of the area seeing fog for this morning, especially down here around the Triangle. That's where we're seeing the lowest visibilities right now. We do have a dense fog advisory till 9 o'clock, and that goes for southern Jefferson and southern Orange counties. You can see visibility around Port Arthur and Beaumont around 0, and then a half a mile visibility in Orange. A little bit better up towards the lakes, about 1.5 miles visibility in Jasper. And we're seeing low visibilities all across the region. Temperatures a lot warmer this morning. We'll see temperatures in the 60s instead of the 40s like we did yesterday. Middle 60s up in the lakes and some lower 60s here around the Triangle. Our day planner shows highs going from middle to upper 70s for today, as we'll see the clouds break up a little bit towards late morning. We'll go partly cloudy for the afternoon. Southwesterly winds at 5 to 10, and we'll see highs around 77, 78 for later on today. Rain comes in for Friday, and behind that rain, that cold front, we'll see some cooler temperatures for the weekend. We'll look at that coming up in weather.
Thank you, Jeff. We're hearing from Beaumont police after 3 separate shootings rocked the city last week. Here's what we know so far. Police have learned that 2 different groups were involved in Tuesday's shooting at the Food Basket on East Lucas. A black SUV and another car were involved in a crash outside the store's parking lot. Police say there's no word yet on suspects or injuries. And later that night, another shooting happened at North Ridge Manor Apartments. 17-year-old Krishan Burkett was killed. Police have arrested a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old for this shooting. BPD says any further information will only be released in court. And the third shooting happened at the Longshoremen's Hall on New Year's Day. It sent 3 people to the hospital. So far, no suspects or updates on their conditions are available.
Beaumont Police Department is doing everything that we can. We are constantly on patrol. Our guys are constantly responding as quickly as they can to calls for service. They are checking businesses. They are checking areas. They are riding through our neighborhoods.
Officer Wilt says the department is asking anyone with tips, information to contact BPD. Meanwhile, 2 organizations in Beaumont are trying to help curb teen violence through mentorship and intervention. Mayor Roy West plans to launch the Mayor's Coalition Against Violence, teaming up with churches, mental health officers, and BISD. 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman has more on the citywide initiative to show young people there's a better way.
What I would urge people to do is work with IEA, work with Revision, and don't reinvent the wheel. We can always use extra hands.
After a string of shootings marked the beginning of 2026 in Beaumont, Joe Evans, Executive Director of Jefferson County Revision, is welcoming all the help he can get.
Revision is a mentorship program that partners with the faith-based community. We try our hardest to intervene before the child is in the juvenile justice system.
Evans says last year they worked about 300 cases, helping individuals 10 to 24 years old. And for those that do find themselves at Minnie Rogers Juvenile Justice Center, they meet Cheryl Triplett, Executive Director with Inspire, Encourage, and Achieve, or IEA.
We provide tutoring, academic support, social skills activities, and we also support the parents by providing a parent class.
Both programs helped 19-year-old Frank Roberts turn his life around after he says he was charged with aggravated robbery.
I was committing crimes and being a troubled youth.
Now, Roberts works with Revision, goes to school at LIT, and is a mentor at BISD. He says it's all thanks to people like Evans and Triplett.
I hope to keep helping young juveniles, young kids, keep motivating them to do better.
Jefferson County Assistant DA Britt Featherston sits on the board of IEA and Revision. He says with over a handful of 40 pending murder cases involving teens, he's happy programs like these exist.
That they can see and learn how to handle problems in their life, that they don't have to act out emotionally, and if they can learn them before they start having interactions with the police, then we've accomplished something.
Mayor West says he plans to bring the coalition up in today's city council meeting. Councilmember LaDonna Sherwood also plans to address her proposal for a prayer committee. Testimony begins today in the trial of Terrell Thomas, accused of holding 2 men hostage inside a Beaumont apartment in January 2022. Investigators say Thomas entered his ex-girlfriend's apartment, threatened to ignite a flammable liquid, and sparked a nearly 5-hour standoff on North Major Drive. Thomas now faces 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping. In just one day, a jury was seated in the first criminal trial connected to the Robb Elementary shooting. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio with the latest.
Tia, attorneys questioned about 450 potential jurors yesterday. They selected 12 jurors and 4 alternates in the case against former Uvalde ISD police officer Adrian Gonzalez. The judge acknowledged the case's national attention and told jurors the court wasn't looking for people unfamiliar with the tragedy, but for those who could be fair and impartial. Special Prosecutor Bill Turner then explained the law jurors would be asked to apply, saying Texas gives children under 15 special protection, that school officers have a duty to act when they know a child is in danger. Legal experts say that distinction places the case on largely untested legal ground.
Found it surprising that a case like this would be subject to a change of venue because it involves a state jail felony offense, which is one of the less serious felony cases in the state of Texas. So I've never seen that happen.
Although there was a change in venue, some potential jurors say their own professional experiences made it impossible to remain impartial. Those statements led to dozens of dismissals before attorneys finalized a jury. Opening statements are expected next. Prosecutors are expected to claim Gonzalez failed in his duty to protect the children. The defense arguing that the responsibility doesn't rest on any one officer, pointing the fact that he was not in charge. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
And we will have coverage throughout the trial on 12 News Plus. You'll be able to watch the trial at any time on our stream. Download the app on your TV and watch for free. A Texas man is in custody after the Harris County Sheriff's Office says he rammed several cars and led deputies on a chase in a military-style truck. It ended with a SWAT scene on the freeway, shutting it down for hours. Courtney Carpenter has more on what happened.
Vehicle through the driver's side and surrender to the deputies.
Tense moments on the freeway overnight as a chase ended in this SWAT scene.
This is over with. Repeating, we need you to exit the vehicle now through the driver's side with your hands in the air.
The sheriff's office says they finally resorted to tear gas and were able to take the 53-year-old driver they identified as Omar Moreno into custody. According to the sheriff's office, this started just before 10 last night when they got a call about a driver in a military-style truck being involved in a hit and run. They say when deputies tried to pull him over, he took off, leading them on a chase that ended up lasting more than an hour. This video was captured by our photojournalist's dash cam. You can see the military-style truck barreling down the road, running him off the road, and then all those deputies chasing behind him. During the chase, deputies say they tried spike strips and even fired shots. None of that worked in getting the suspect to stop. Finally, once the tires were flat, the truck stopped. Here's a closer look at the vehicle in the photo Sheriff Ed Gonzalez posted on X. Moreno is accused of trying to ram into deputies and actually hitting several other cars, too.
It's estimated right now that the suspect struck about 10 vehicles prior to the initiation of the pursuit. So we don't really have a motive or anything at this point. The Harris County District Attorney's Office has been notified of the incident.
Thankfully, deputies say no one was seriously hurt in this. In the latest update from Sheriff Gonzalez, he says Moreno is charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of evading.
Continuing with across Texas, flu activity in the U.S. has hit its highest level in 25 years. And doctors say a fast-spreading new strain is driving the surge. That strain, known as subclade K, is spreading unusually fast. Health experts say kids are being hit the hardest, and pediatricians say this could be just the beginning. The CDC map shows Texas now dark red, very high flu activity.
We are doubling and tripling our cases. We know that it's going to get worse. So we're seeing kids being admitted with dehydration because they're not able to tolerate their regular diet. We're seeing babies get admitted with difficulty breathing. We're seeing children get admitted with pneumonia.
Doctors are urging families to stay proactive, and with schools returning, pediatricians say if your kid feels under the weather, please keep them home. Now to a dramatic rescue on the ice. A boy trapped and police slowly and delicately trying to reach him. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
Body camera footage capturing this dramatic rescue as police in New Jersey rushed to save a boy who fell through the ice. Officers first tried to throw a rope to the 13-year-old, but his hands are too cold to hold on.
The kid was so cold that he couldn't function, and he was screaming to us, "I can't hold it, I can't hold it."
The officers rushing, worried hypothermia might set in.
Once he started screaming that he couldn't feel anything, I think my fatherly instincts kicked in, and I just went out and got him.
Sergeant Joseph Rigger then crawls onto the ice, trying to pull the boy out of the freezing water, but the ice gives way under their weight.
So then at that point I could stand. I was probably just about to my shoulders, so I just started throwing him up on the ice and breaking my way back.
2 other officers then enter the frigid water, working to get the boy to safety. Police in Woolwich Township saying, thanks to their quick decision-making and teamwork, everyone involved was safely rescued and no injuries were reported.
The boy was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on Daybreak, Jasper County Jail getting new additions. Why officials say it will boost space and make the facility more efficient.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
Welcome back. Once again, we have foggy conditions across southeast Texas, especially here around the Triangle for this morning. You can see from Pack of the Prey, cannot see the buildings downtown. We have the camera turned towards downtown, but can't see anything. And then from our 12 News studio, once again, can't see I-10. Usually we could see I-10 on this camera, but we can't. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. The clouds will start to lift out here over the next, hour and a half or so, and then eventually we'll see partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. But until then, we do have a dense fog advisory till 9 o'clock, and that goes for southern Orange County and southern Jefferson County. You can see it all around the Triangle. Beaumont, Orange, and Port Arthur, all visibilities are looking at around 0 right now. And then in Jasper, we're seeing about 1 mile visibility. As we look at temperatures, we're warmer than we were yesterday at this time. Yesterday we were in the 40s. Today we're in the 60s. So won't need a heavy coat or anything like that for this morning. Beaumont's at 62, Orange at 63, Port Arthur's at 64, as well as Jasper. And then Woodville's at 66, while Kirbyville and Silsbee are at 65. Pretty quiet on the weather map, not much in the way of any precipitation, but we have plenty of clouds once again. Like I said, the low-level clouds we have right now will lift up and eventually break apart. There is a weak front across Oklahoma into North Texas. That's not going to affect us. What we're waiting for is a front coming in on Friday, and that will hopefully bring us some rain, much needed rain, and also bring us some cooler temperatures for the weekend. For today, we'll see temperatures rise up through those 60s. By lunchtime, we'll be in the lower 70s and then upper 70s for the afternoon with partly to mostly cloudy skies. This evening, we start off around 70 and then we drop back into the 60s. And once again, with the fog forming overnight, south winds will stay in the 60s going into tomorrow morning. There might be a few upper 50s towards the lakes, but for the most part, I think we'll stay pretty close to 60 degrees. So partly cloudy, southwesterly winds at 5 to 10, upper 70s for today, and then for tonight, a mix of lower 60s, maybe a few upper 50s, as we'll see a little bit of a south wind between about 3 and 8. Wednesday about the same as today. We'll see highs in the upper 70s. Thursday also 77, Friday 77. The front comes through late in the day on Friday, so it's going to be a warm day. Once the front comes through, we'll see a change in the weather as far as temperatures. We drop all the way back into the lower 60s. Ahead of the front, we'll see about a 50% chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But watch out for the mornings this weekend. It's going to be pretty chilly back in the 40s. And by Monday morning, we'll see temperatures in the upper 30s.
All right, and beware for the possible rain chance Friday too, huh?
Yeah, it looks like just some scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, but nothing severe. We need the rain, so hopefully we'll pick up a quarter of an inch, half an inch, something like that. It won't be a ton of rain.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Just
a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Go to the radar, or check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. Construction will soon begin on expansions at the Jasper County Jail. Commissioners approved a contractor for the construction in December. The work will add space for 14 more beds. 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett visited the facility to check out why this space is needed.
I'm here at the Jasper County Jail, where the sheriff says a 14-bed expansion will help ease overcrowding.
14-bed to a small county jail is a significant increase, so we're looking forward to it.
The Jasper County Jail can currently house 147 inmates. Now it will be able to house 161, a need as arrests have gone up nearly 37% compared to last year. Rather than building a new addition, county officials chose a storage room to convert into housing.
We agreed, this would make a great extra, jail cell holding tank for, additional inmates.
Extra space that Sheriff Chuck Havard says many jails need.
And it's an epidemic across the state and probably across the nation, is the shortage of beds.
The price tag for the project? Over $800,000. But Jasper County Judge Mark Allen says it's coming at no extra cost to Jasper taxpayers.
From the funds that are generated by housing inmates from other counties, currently and future ones, they'll slowly pay that off.
The jail is already housing 6 inmates from Trinity County after that jail flooded. The revenue made will go towards the project and other needs of the department.
It's going to be anywhere from $100 to $120 a day. Revenue that we come up with that, it helps us tremendously with our tools and our equipment.
Sheriff Havard says he's excited for the growth and addition to his department.
It's a lot of space, and that's going to benefit us.
Sheriff Havard believes the expansion will be a win for both Jasper County and other neighboring counties who may need to house inmates. In Jasper, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.
And the Jasper County Jail has a new nurse on staff after a recent security issue. Sheriff Chuck Havard announced Stephanie Thomas has started working at the jail. She has more than 20 years of experience in corrections and will provide medical care for inmates. She'll also work with Spindletop to help address mental health needs. The changes come after Amanda Finch, a former contract nurse, was arrested and charged with smuggling a cell phone into the jail. Sheriff Havard says safety and security remain the top priority.
Very unfortunate situation, but we will not tolerate our security being at risk here. So, but good news is we have a new nurse that started today, Miss Thomas, and we really look forward to working with her, and she comes highly recommended, and we feel like she's going to do us a great job.
Sheriff Havard says the jail is committed to running a clean, safe facility while making sure inmates receive proper care. The Holy Year of Hope comes to a close today. Monday, Father Sinclair celebrated Holy Mass and explained what the Holy Year means for the faithful.
It gives Catholics an opportunity to go on pilgrimage throughout the world, usually within their own diocese. But this year, the Holy Father established special places in Rome. We established the Port Arthur International Seafarer Center Chapel as one of those places for those people who are the people of the sea, the seafarers, the fishermen, and people like that, who would not be able to go to Rome or go to Jerusalem and visit the holy sites like the Holy Sepulchre or St. Peter's in Rome, but rather still receive the plenary indulgence that's given to us on this holy year.
Whom you brought out of the land. Today is the last day of the Holy Year of Hope. And when we come right back, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out. Still foggy out there. Your time 7:51.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak. The time now 7:54. It's time for your morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. I-10 West in Orange was shut down overnight near mile marker 878 after a crash caused a spill. According to DPS, a caustic alkali liquid was spilled across the westbound lanes, forcing a full closure. One of the drivers wasn't hurt. The other was taken to a hospital but should be okay. Officials say the spill also reached nearby water and the TCEQ is investigating. A Winnie man was sentenced Monday for a deadly 2023 hit and run that killed Christian Sykes. Tristan Dunham pled guilty to manslaughter and accident involving death. Investigators say he slammed his pickup into the back of Sykes' SUV on Highway 73, then left the scene. He'll serve 3 years in prison, then years probation, and must pay child support for the victim's child. A jury was seated in former Uvalde officer Adrian Gonzalez's trial yesterday in connection to the Robb Elementary shooting. Attorneys questioned about 450 potential jurors, selecting 12 and 4 alternates. Opening statements are expected next. And we will have gavel-to-gavel coverage throughout the trial on 12 News Plus. You can watch the trial at any time on our stream. Just download the app and watch for free.
And some fog out there this morning. Be careful. It's pretty thick in some spots, especially around the triangle here. We'll see it partly cloudy by this afternoon, high of around 78. Same deal for Wednesday. Some fog in the morning. In the afternoon, we'll reach temperatures in the upper 70s. Cold front comes through Thursday into Friday. Looks like a good shot of some, at least a decent shot of some rain on Friday, and then cooler temperatures for your weekend with highs around 60, lows in the 40s and 30s.
And we want to say thank you, Southeast Texas. Together, our community raised over $186,000 for the Southeast Texas Food Bank during our 31st annual Share Your Christmas campaign. Your support will provide the bank with more than 171,000 meals. Texas has the highest food insecure population in the nation, so you're making a real difference. Every year we make that difference.
Yeah, glad to do it.
Absolutely, and thank you guys so much for watching Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'll be back here at midday. Tune in at 11 a.m.
Have a great day, everybody.